Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up the first one. And I'm going to go ahead and open up our module file. And I'm going to copy this first code into our module, which is blank. Now we can go ahead and enable the module. I'm going to scroll up and go to our modules page. And then down near the bottom should be a build a module section. And there's a look and feel theming examples module. We're going to enable that and click Save Configuration. Now let's take a look at the source code. So at the very top, we have our basic module file beginnings, an opening PHP tag, our ID tag for CVS, and a description of the file. I have a link here to a page about theming in Drupal 7. So if you copy this link and go to it in your browser, you'll see this page. This provides the basics about theming in Drupal 7 and pointers to where in the Drupal 6 theming documentation there are the same resources. Let's go ahead and jump back to our source code. Our first function here is an implementation of hook menu, and we're simply adding a page that we can use to output our examples to the browser. So we're giving our page the path of theming-examples, and we're using a function called lookandfeel_examples_page to generate the content. And then our second function and last function is right here. It's our lookandfeel_examples page function, and this generates the output. So we're going to use this function throughout the examples to gather all of the samples of using the theming layer. In this example, we're just simply invoking a theme function called theme_item_list. So you see the name of the function right here. And if you want to learn more about this function, you can go to this page on api.drupal.org. Now, theme_item_list allows us to pass an array of information to the function and have it return a nicely formatted list, so an ordered list or an unordered list in HTML. Let's start at the bottom here. You see here that we're using a function called theme, and then we're passing it as the first parameter item_list. Now the way this works is that whenever a function is defined as theme_whatever, that should be invoked by using the theme function instead of the function directly. The reason for this is that if we use theme_item_list directly, then neither the modules nor the theme can override the output that gets produced by the function. Instead, if we run it through the theme function, then we allow modules and themes to register alternate functions to use instead of this theme function. So our intention in calling the theme function in plain English is that we're saying we want an item list, but we don't care who provides it to us. By default, it's Drupal core, but a module or a theme could provide it to us as well. The structure of the theme function is pretty straightforward. The first parameter is the name of the function, so theme underscore and then the name. We would lop off the theme part and then just take the ending name and pass it to the theme function. And then the second parameter is an array, and the array contains a list of variables or settings that will be provided to the theme function. Theme_item_list takes a couple of settings, but we're only using one, the only required one, which is the item setting. If we step back up here, we see that we're defining the items variable as an array, a simple array, and it contains a list of instructions, just as simply an array, and we're passing that in through the items parameter. And then we're returning this as the output. Let's go ahead and take a look at how this looks. I'm going to copy the theming-examples path. We're going to go back to our site, and I'm going to copy it into the address bar. Okay, so here we have our list that's rendered. Okay, pretty straightforward, right?